So record. So first part of the story here, I have made underline over here. What is it about? What was it about? The first part of the story.
That she wanted to. That she wanted to go to the beach party, but like her mother didn't let her.
That means the girl. What is her name? Youngju, right?
Amanda.
Ju is wanted to. Sorry.
Oh, her name is Ju.
Yeah.
I thought Amanda.
Amanda is her friend. Youngju wanted to go to her friend's birthday. Okay. This is the part. What about the second part? But Ma, I beg, following her down to the hall and kitchen. It's her birthday. No, Youngju, you cannot see her at school. So what is this part is about? What the part is about, this one. This part, let's say Ju is begging her mother.
Convincing.
Her mother.
Yeah, begging.
And try to
convince
her.
Convince her.
Okay. So what about this one? She pulls some scallions out of the refrigerator and raises them off in the sink. That's not the same, I cry. What about this part? Her mother's refusal part, right? Her mother refuses.
Yeah.
Her mother refusal. She is still begging. Another approval of that, refusing. So, next part here. Amanda has been so nice to me in the, what is she trying to do here over here?
She's trying to like give her a nice scene of her friend.
She is providing. Hold on. What's the color should be? Let's choose blue. She is trying to, she is providing. Provide some supportive information to convince her. Convince her mom. To convince her mother. She's trying to convince her mother still. She gave this one, she did that one, and that one. Here. Okay. So what about next page over here? Oh, that's the mouse. Here. What is this page about? What has happening? What has happened around here? Discussion.
She was surprised, like she taught her to not take money or like from others.
And get more serious. And what was the surprising part? What is the highlight point in this part?
That she didn't taught her that way.
45.
She borrowed some money from Amanda. That was the highlight point is this page, right? Why was it highlight? Why was it so highlight point here?
Because it's where the conversation, like the discussion heats up.
Yeah, heats up. But what is a big deal? For example, yesterday I haven't had enough cash. I borrowed from Zainab some money, and then today I brought her back because I suddenly needed some amount of money. So why was it so important? Why was it so highlight in this part that her mom gets shocked in that? What is that thing?
Because like in their family or like in their culture, maybe they don't borrow money.
Yeah, in Korean culture, it is not okay thing to do. This is not their teaching, right? So what was
that's why she said this is America.
What does the Youngju's respond? It is okay thing in.
She says that they're friends.
Yeah, they are friends. Between friends, right? Okay. So now let's see our, now I want you to, here, describe the characters and provide a supportive example. Youngju, you're going to describe Umma, and Umma, it means that they call in America, in the Korean, mom. Ma, Abba, that's how they call. So, try to describe each characters, but same time try to give me some supportive detail because that proves that she's that kind of person, okay? So what about Yeonju? Let's start from Yeonju. Yeonju. What kind of girl do you think she is? What is her character?
The type that doesn't mind going to parties.
She's kind. She is. How can we say that?
She is extrovert.
Extrovert. Okay, and okay, she is
outgoing.
Outgoing. That's the ordinary teenager, right? Do you think she's ordinary or is it extraordinary? Ordinary teenager. And
Ordinary.
is outgoing. And outgoing. So based on what you are describing her in that way?
Because she says like it's okay to borrow money.
Yes.
And she wants to go to party.
That means she's adopted the new way of life.
Yes, to the American way.
Yeah, American.
Of life, which is American way already. Okay. So what about her mom? Now, I'm sure you have a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yunju is in your side, you are in defensive side, but Oma is your opposition. You're going to oppose, so I'm sure you have a lot to say. Okay.
She's very strict, or maybe
yes,
like
strict, and she wants to like keep their own culture.
culture.
She doesn't. She doesn't want her daughter to adapt to the American culture.
Okay, that's it. Let's put it in the word sentence. How can I say that? She is or she?
Very strict.
Very strict.
And preservative about her culture.
And keeps her culture alive. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you call this kind of person? What do you call it? Like for example, if your mom is like this, if I am like this, what you will call me in a name? I mean, would you call me in an adjective? How would you describe me? She will not say she is a strict, she keeps her old culture alive, and more than that, she is old schooled.
Oh yeah, old school.
Yeah.
Okay. We are old schooled. Okay. So, what makes you think like that? What kind of supportive detail you can provide to prove that what you're saying is based on fact?
Because first of all, she doesn't let her go to. At first, she doesn't let her go to the party, and then when Youngju said that she borrowed money, like she
was shocked.
She gets shocked.
She was shocked because of borrowing money.
She was disappointed of her daughter.
From Amanda. And she was. Why she was disappointed?
Because she didn't know that she would do that way.
She thought, right? She thought not to borrow. Do you remember the part?
Take from others.
Not to take from others. That proves her that she is keeping her rule over there. They are Koreans, they don't do that. Okay. What about Amanda? What do you think she is? Amanda's part.
I think she is also like a normal,
She is a
normal American girl.
normal
A
American,
helpful friend.
American girl, and also she could be helpful. She accepted already new Korean friend, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So because she is friend with her already and helped her when she needed. Okay. Is that enough? Do you want to add anything else extra?
No, this is enough.
It's enough, right? Okay.
Yes.
So let's move to our next screen, which is, what is it? Probably this one. Okay, this is lesson number 12. We're going to continue our lesson now from 68 to 17. Here, the story continues. Stop that, Oma says. We are Korean, do not forget. Sit back down. Korean? Then why did we move to America? You can go to the party, Oma says. I was stunned. I'm not sure I heard correctly. Did she say I could go? What? I asked. You must fulfill your obligation for inconveniencing her. Also, you will pay her back the money you borrowed. Oma shakes her head. Have I not taught you anything? After this, do not take anything from her. Understand? Yes, Amma. Jump out of my chair to get ready for the party before she has a chance to change her mind. As Amma drives toward the pier, I can see a group of kids from school in the far distance. I turn to Amma. Stop, Amma. You can drop me here. The station wagons break a groan and then squeal in the high-pitched scream as Uma comes to stop near the curb. Uma squints at the kids. Are those not your friends over there? I turn my head away from her and look out my window at the long stretch of sand. I lied softly. This is another group. You can drop me up here. I will look around for Amanda. She said she would be here near pier. Are you sure you will be able to find them, Umma? Able to find them? Umma worried. I opened the car door and tossed back. Do not worry, Umma. I know where to find them. Remember that Amanda is going to drop me off at home. You don't have to come back and get me. Okay. Yes, I will remember, Umma says. I step out of the car and wave goodbye. Oma leans across the passenger seat, giving me a finger shake. Youngju, do not forget to give Amanda the money you borrowed. Be polite, girl. Help her parents with the party. I hold the door, ready to slam it shut. Yes, Oma, I say, waving again bye. Oma waves back. Have a nice time, Youngju. I shut the door and walk away. The station wagon sputters, and as Omar presses on the gas pedal, I know without turning around that there are dark clouds of smoke streaming from the muffler. Okay, this is the story. Does such thing ever happen to you guys? Does anything similar, a similar thing happen to you?
Yeah, I guess for like my friends that my mom don't know like so well.
Okay.
Doesn't let me go to them.
Okay. Do you think in this case is mama is wrong?
No.
No?
No, the mom has a right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how could you make sure that let her feel safe and comfortable to let you go or let you leave with your friend? How could you convince her?
When she knows my friend's parents like more well.
Yeah, if my mom knows my friend's parents, she wouldn't really like, if they're okay and she's like okay with them, she wouldn't mind letting me go.
That means you must prepare behalf. Meanwhile, you know, during your friendship, during whatever is going on, you better let your parents to know. In this case, we feel, you know, we have been informed beforehand, anything party or anything before you ask. We will know. We already made our own judgment, already set up our mind. In this case, it will be easier with you, for you guys. If not, definitely we're going to refuse. We don't know the parents, what kind of people are they, what kind of girl she is, you know. So in this case, I thank you for saying that mother is right. I assure that. Okay, so let's move on to our comprehension part over here. He says, why is Youngju's mother so reluctant to accept her daughter's friendship with Amanda? Why do you think she's so reluctant?
Because she thinks that Amanda will influence her in the wrong American way.
What does it mean, reluctant?
Like refusing.
Unwilling, refusing, or hesitant. Hesitating. Okay, refusing. Okay, that's what it means. So, why is Younger's mother so reluctant to accept her daughter? As we said, let me write down the answer on the whiteboard. Okay, answer number one, you said because?
She thinks Amanda will influence her in the wrong American way.
She thinks that Amanda influences her in American way. Sarah, do you agree with the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. So number two, it says, how does Youngju's father expect her to behave? How does her father to expect her to behave? What do you think?
He expects her to ask less questions.
Expect her not to ask many questions. Okay. Questions. Okay. Why is that?
Because he was complaining that she asks a lot of questions.
Because he thinks that she asks too many questions. Not things, because she complained, right? Not asked things.
Yeah.
Complained that she asks too many questions. That means they prefer her to be. They prefer obey the parent. That is the rule. Seems to usually in Asian culture that is quite strong for us, especially in that Korean, Japan, and Chinese. That you know, that obeying the parents is one of our unwritten law. Okay. What about number three? Here. Which unsuccessful argument does Youngju use in her attempt to persuade her mother to allow her to go to the beach party? Which one was the unsuccessful argument? Huh?
Yeah, saying that Amanda let her borrow some money.
Amanda lended some money. But why do you think it was unsuccessful? I think due to this reason, maybe her mother agreed to let her go to her party to, you know, like to pay her back.
Yeah, it helped her in the end.
Which one was unsuccessful? There was three. First one was about when she was sick. Amanda lended her notes from the lesson. Number two, Amanda, she gave her the best friend's necklace that they share. Number three, about Amanda lended money to Youngju. Some money. Or another one is Amanda gave her a necklace. Another one, Amanda Amanda gave her lesson note. Which one was unsuccessful?
Notes.
The lesson
The
note.
necklace and the lesson notes.
Okay. Okay, now, so why would you call it, this was the unsuccessful one? First, part 1 and 2, question 1 and 2. Let's say you say this one. Why do you think it was unsuccessful? I mean, not 1 and 2, was it?
Because
Okay.
because even though she said that like she said that Amanda like helped her with the lesson notes and gave her a present, her mom still declined her offer to go to the party.
Is that what you're saying, Sophie? Amanda didn't give her permission. Her mother didn't give her permission, however, mentioned about the notes and necklace. Okay? So now, the question number 4. Explain Yeonju's deception at the end of the text. Why does she lie to her mother?
Yes,
Why did she deceive her mother? So,
yes,
why did she lie to her mother? What do you think?
So she can go to the party.
Yeah, because no, the lying part. You remember that the group of girls, her mother, she pointed at. And then he said, isn't that your friend? She said, no, that I will find her by myself. But however, they thought the group of kids
because
were her friends.
Oh.
telling
Because
her mom. So
okay, why does she lie to her mother?
Maybe because her friends are like different from them.
Maybe, okay,
Like
maybe,
so like she won't be shocked again.
okay, maybe. Maybe again, please, Sarah, maybe.
Maybe like her friends are different from them.
Her friends are uh, different. Okay. And she doesn't want to shock her mother. She doesn't
Yeah.
want to shock her mother. Okay. Do you usually, when you come to somebody's home, let's say you guys, you have a friend, your friends know your parents somehow, you know, who is a parent. But do you sometimes, you know, when the children, when they're younger, they're waving at us, they hug us, oh, she's my mom, he's my father. But when they grow up, somehow they start to stop doing such things, like trying to hide her mom or like not to show. Why is that? For example, if your father come, you try to prefer not to show your friends, or maybe you prefer not to show your father to your friends. Does it happen to you? Do you do that?
No.
Do you remember that the movie Karate Kid? The Will Smith son he played in that
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. Do you remember that he came to the school and then her mother, she dropped her and her principal picked him up and then said bye. They said, Ma, as I love you, they said, the guy is kind of embarrassed. I love you too, and quietly and secretly they said, wait, you know, the point is that go now. So why
Ah.
is that? It's quite similar.
Maybe he was ashamed.
And uh, maybe I think she didn't want to, she didn't want to be embarrassed. You know, usually when you guys grow up, you know, drop by your mom and dad is kind of embarrassing, especially in Western world. Not here, because here most of the time you will be driven by. But outside, you know, they get a bus or they get their own car. When they drop by the parents, more like they're intend to hide and to get off them
Yeah.
in distant, not in front of the school, not in front of the friends. Do you do that?
No, but my brother does that.
Uh-huh. But do you try to stop at the park and I mean at school with distance? Sophia, no question because she in and out together. She has no option. Okay. What about you?
No, I've never been in this situation before.
Yeah. Maybe more likely they also the teenagers. Teenagers are likely to show their uh, individuality or independence, since they're likely to show to, or what did I write here? Likely to show their individuality, independence, and this is the this is one kind of sign that they are growing up
Up,
and trying
changing.
to be on their own naturally. It's not like a person, like it's naturally it comes to the kids like that. Okay. So I think our answer is around here, but some of the answer, especially the answer number 4, is not satisfactory. I would like you to think of the question number 4 again, okay, on your own.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go back to our own screen here. As a homework, I'm going to ask you guys to write an essay, okay? That essay is going to be where my place in the world, where my place in the world. This is going to be the title of your essay. And once you write it, where my place in the world. And then you can submit it to my email address anytime,
Okay.
okay? This is going to be an essay on this topic. And now, next is here. I have prepared this answers for the looking closely. I have prepared because I knew that the lesson time would be not enough. So question 1 is, what do you think is by the fast American way? The fast American way is the way of behaving, their culture and traditions in America, which the modern think are immoral. What does that mean, immoral? This means a not good lesson. A 2 lakhs or 2 3 clash with the traditional Korean way. Clashes means they crosses it, they have a cross point. So that's what they describe in the American way. And here the expressions are different. I try to focus on these expressions here, A, B, C, D, and E, okay? For example, A, narrow-eyed glance. It means a calculating, critical look. Can you imagine this look? If somebody looked at you like, even our parents, or when we think like when you give us some word or some speech, we look at you with, like very curious look with make our eyes humor. That means we are calculating, or like we are giving you a critical look, deep serious thinking. B, here it says, a sore subject. Sore subject means that the subject associated with a bad feeling. Emotionally stressful topic, Sore subject means something is tender, something is stressful, it's not easy to deal with. That's what it means. C, it says fine slivers, which means very thin slice. Very thin slice. D, you are obliged to her. Remember that because she said that she lent me money. They said, so now you are obliged to her. And then Amanda, Yeonju will say, no, it's not like this way. It means you are in her debt. You owe her something. That means you're obliged to. When you owe something or when you are in debt to her, that's what it means, like you are obliged to then. And the D is here, E is here, a finger shake. It means poking fingers together as a sign of a bond between the two people. you remember the finger cross and that you hook in your friend like this? Make two fingers like a hook. This is the sign. Finger shake. It means like between two people. The opposite of it is a finger cross. And F is the station wagon spotters. It means like the engines of the truck. Vehicles comes to life. You know that the big motor engines, they sound the sputtering noise. That's what it means. Okay. So why do you think the writer spells Amanda when it is spoken by Youngju's mother, Amanda? Because she's a foreigner. It's more difficult for her to pronounce the name, the Western names. That's why she is pronouncing it Amanda. Or how can you tell that her mother doesn't approve of her necklace which Amanda gave to Youngju? Because she presses her lips together. That means she's not approving it. This is that, when you disapprove something, you press your lips together. It's the sign of the disapproval. It doesn't look at her daughter. That means the another way. Somebody doesn't look at you, it's disapproval. Okay. Explain the Youngju is a freedom when she said, then why did you move to America? This is the answer. I leave it for you guys. Question number 5. And if you're looking closely, expression number 5, you're going to write it the answer on your own as well as the comprehension as a written. Okay, guys? Okay, that's it for today. Listen, do you guys have any question?
Nope.
Okay. So read the lesson again. If you send me your email through the chat, I'm going to send every lesson as a picture to your email. Please send me your email addresses. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay, that's it for today. And until tomorrow, bye and see you tomorrow.